This is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
It's January 23rd, 2022. You take a deep breath as you look out over your offensive line at the Chiefs secondary. It's cover 2 man, a set you've seen hundreds of times before. You get an excited feeling in your stomach because you know the safeties will bite towards the outsides, giving Gabe Davis on a post route a window for a touchdown in the middle of the field. You think about all it's taken to get here. It's been 4 years since you were drafted, and it took time for you to earn your respect in the league. But now, you have ascended. Just last week, you threw for 5 touchdowns and no interceptions in a playoff win. And today, you've already thrown for 3 touchdowns and are looking for 1 more to seal the deal. You take the snap, flash a look over at Stefon Diggs on the right side of the field to gravitate the safety that direction, then look back at Davis, rip the ball back in your arm, and sling it.
Down the middle to the end zone, and there it is!
You've done it. With just 13 seconds left in the AFC divisional round, you have overthrown the mighty Kansas City Chiefs. You bask in the greatness that you have just achieved. You realize that nothing can stop your momentum now. You have arrived as a premier quarterback in the National Football League, and you are ready to steamroll over whoever stands in your way en route to your first ever Super Bowl. Nothing could ruin this moment.
This way, here's Hill. There's a chance. Right away, right now, someone in the middle. Down the middle. Oh my goodness! The thousands around the planet. The kick is good. Looking to the end zone for the win. He caught it. Ball game.
You crumble. You can feel your heart shatter in your chest. How could this happen? How could this be? You did absolutely everything right, and yet it still wasn't enough. This isn't fair. You were perfect, and yet you're going back to Buffalo, a loser. You are Josh Allen, and you have just realized that you are destined to always be second fiddle to Patrick Mahomes. After Allen's perfect 9-touchdown playoff run and a tweak to the playoff overtime rules, the Bills went into the 2022 season with Super Bowl expectations. They would finish with a roaring 13-3 record, even getting a lick of revenge on the Chiefs in Week 6. But they'd beat the Chiefs in the regular season before, and their interest was supposedly set on the postseason. Even with 13 wins, they would just earn the 2 seed in the AFC. Go figure, just behind Mahomes and the Chiefs, only to be handled by Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals 27-10 in another disappointing divisional round loss. This team was now starting to build up a reputation, and not one of greatness. Was Josh Allen capable of leading the Bills past the second round, or were they always going to flame out in the divisional round? This question was looking to be answered for good in 2023, last season, but the Bills would start out with an unimpressive 6-6 record, before picking up steam and rolling to a blazing hot 5-0 finish to the regular season, beating 3 playoff teams in that winning streak, including, you guessed it, the Kansas City Chiefs. Although they could thank Kadarius Toney for that one. Allen and the Bills had now beaten the Chiefs in each of their last 3 regular season matchups, but all anyone remembered was that divisional round loss from just 2 years ago. And, as fate would have it, the Bills and Chiefs would meet in the playoffs once again. This was it. A rematch of one of the most legendary divisional round games in NFL history. Another postseason face-off between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. But this time, the game would take place in Buffalo, and this was a weakened version of the Kansas City Chiefs, who many did not believe had it this year. This was the prime opportunity for Josh Allen to exact his revenge and get justice for the game he should have won 2 years prior. But he didn't. Allen put up more than 200 total yards and 3 touchdowns in the game, but the Bills would still fall to the Chiefs in another heartbreaker, 27-24. The cracks in this team had already started to show during their shaky first half of the season. A team can only handle losing under mountainous expectations so many times before they start to crumble. Superstar wide receiver Stefon Diggs would request a trade and leave for the promising Houston Texans in the offseason, and now Josh is left without what has been his most talented weapon. It's hard to know what to expect of the Bills in 2024. On paper, many believe the roster has gotten worse, and if they couldn't get the job done with the teams of the last few seasons, they certainly shouldn't be able to with this team. But maybe a doubtful narrative and a shift in expectations is just what this team needs. Most still believe Josh Allen to be a top 4 quarterback in the world, many even still saying he's number 2. But it's going to be tough if he wants to make a greater name for himself than a career second best. But when the going gets the toughest, the great ones will rise.